what's popping in the news? We saw with Antonio Brown.
Talking about Antonio Brown.
We got a little nice little chop about Mr. Antonio Brown.
So we're gonna take it over to sports.
Take it over. Yeah, you know.
But it's really dealing with the same thing. That's the funny thing. When you break it down. So Antonio Brown has been in the news a lot lately as far as on the sports side of things. Because, well, before this recent incident, but I'm going to build up to that. He was going against the new regulations of the new helmets.
The new helmets.
Right? So he basically like held out.
You want to start from the beginning? Because it is like a little crazy within the
realms
of
even the beginning.
Crazy
things. I was just going to brush over it and then get into what just recently happened.
Okay.
Because I think it's important to the story. So Antonio Brown goes through this whole back and forth with the NFL. While he's going with this back and forth with the NFL, he's not attending practice for the team that has signed him, right? So you're not reporting to work because you have an issue with the new helmets, right? So,
which is crazy.
Which is crazy, but I mean, I could kind of get it because certain people don't like certain things changing because they're so used to moving with that other thing. So I gave him the benefit of the doubt when it first came out.
Okay.
But then he decided he wanted to get drafted to another. He wanted to get signed to another team. And that's what I feel was his whole motive the whole time.
Well, he got cut though.
Well, yeah, he got cut. He got let go.
So you think he wanted to get signed to that team?
He didn't get cut though. He wanted to be let go, and so they let him go. He told them,
right. They let him go.
He told them that he wanted to be let go. Yeah. And some other things came out, like they were trying to fine him for the days that he missed, or something like that.
Yeah, no.
So they were trying to fine him for certain things, and he was also going to lose out on his bonus money. So they were all. So then they were trying to take his money. So then he said, "I don't want to play for this team anymore. Let me go."
Got you.
The Patriots signed him. Now, when the Patriots signed him, and one of the things that I want to say is that throughout this whole process, he's actually trolling the NFL on his Instagram with the whole situation. And even when he gets signed to the Patriots, he's like sitting on a bed of money saying like checkmate or something like that. Like something to that. I'm paraphrasing, but he says something to like, I got what I wanted.
Gotcha.
Because, of course, with the Patriots, he was going to get a ring. Definitely. They were definitely going to win the championship with him. They may even still win the championship without him. But they was definitely going to win the championship.
With him? Oh, man.
Yeah. So it was a come up.
They might have won all their games.
So now, he signed to the Patriots. He plays a game, does well. Then some allegations comes out. He does okay. Then some allegations come out saying that he sexually assaulted a woman, I believe on several occasions, but it was a trainer, a fitness trainer that he had. And what do you think about that? So now he's out.
It was multiple allegations. It was somebody else came out also. After that, it was two women.
I didn't know that. See, I need to read more.
Yeah, it was two women. After she came out,
somebody else came out,
and then either they released him around that same time. It was wrapped around that same time. Wait. Oh man.
Word.
Oh my god. Oh my god. And this thing, but also the heavy thing is also this stuff happened supposedly like 3 years ago. So this speaks to not to dabble into what
downplay it.
I was gonna say that I was gonna dabble into what other people have said about it, but it almost relates to me like what Remy said she said on one of her platforms that something about when some of these things happen, if it's based on you just want the money, or like, are you doing this for money, or are you doing this to say that something bad happened to me?
Okay.
If something bad happened to me, you can always deal with the money afterwards. You know what I'm saying? That's the easy part. You know what I mean? But so to me, there should be that outrage first. So like when I hear that these things happened 3-4 years ago, or like with Bill Cosby 20-30 years ago, like it's just funny. It's mad wicked. Like there's something wrapped around it, and I feel like he's in that light. He's one of the best receivers, not even just right now. He's one of the best receivers of all time.
Yeah.
Records show that. You know what I'm saying? For all this to come out, don't get me wrong, he's done some crazy stuff also within the realms of this last year, some change. You know what I'm saying? Not to downgrade none of that, not to overlook none of that. Like it's almost like he helped them. Almost like this. He helped them almost like the last thing we were just talking about, how the brother in MacGyver situation, how the brother helped, quote unquote, help the jury come to the decision that 10 years is just enough. He would believe that. It's almost the same thing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Systemically. Like, we deal with all these different things that be rooted in the same thing. Mm-hmm. So it'd be like, yo, we got to get away from that and get on our own page. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's something else deeper. I started just varying, driving my car.
Yeah,
like,
you about to start talking about what? Yeah, forming an all-black NFL?
Well, we can. You know what I'm saying? Like, they talking about, yo, why a lot of these players don't even go to the black colleges. Like, it's in deep. Like, it's deep. And I don't even want to get in that because I got my opinion on that. So, you know, we already spoke about that numerous times. Mm-hmm. But just keeping it just on the Antonio Brown situation is just like, he played a little crazy, and I felt like he helped them with their case. With all that other stuff coming out, like, I don't know whether they wanted to help. I don't know if they wanted to help that stuff come out. You know what I mean? Like, they, you know what I mean? They could have their hand in that. Mm-hmm. I don't know. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, the NFL, to me, is, you know what I mean? Like, I ain't gonna get into my super deep shit about the NFL, but you know what I mean?
And here's where the heart of me
gangsta
lies.
Shit.
Here's where the heart of me lies with this situation. When I overthink it, as I tend to do, right? When I overthink the situation, and if it's true, if these allegations are true, it's unfortunate.
Right.
I just question the timing of it.
Exactly.
Why did it happen now? If it's 3 years ago,
exactly.
I just question some of the motivations. However, here's what I do think. I think that the reason why this situation is plausible. Also, let me add this new detail. He was asked to go to questioning. He was asked to be at a questioning with the NFL, and he refused to go. So I think some people came to him.
Yes.
And then he trashed his condo or something. Like he had a whole fit. Which is not how you act if you're innocent. Here's what I believe. I believe he did probably have sexual intercourse with this woman.
I think so too.
And possibly it was a little rough in nature.
I don't know about that.
I think that maybe that she's probably, this is my thoughts, thinking really deeply.
I hear you. Just bouncing.
I think that she may have liked that type of rough play, asked him to do it, and so therefore the claim is plausible if she says, I didn't say for him to do that. Of course, his defense, he doesn't even have to go to court.
Right.
Because it reaches the statute of limitations. Which makes this also interesting. Because then the NFL's not backing him. They're doing their own internal investigation for an alleged assault that happened 3 years ago. So that's why they're holding him. Because within the legal realms of things, nothing's going to happen. But there is a civil suit. Right? There's a civil suit. Does money make it better? That's not even my point, but I just want to say that. Does money make
for their lives? It might be
that the sexual assault happened.
Because that's how it seems. Sometimes it'd be like, I mean, at least that's how it's painted. I always got, I got my problems with the media anyway. From since I was young, know people that went through stuff that done been presented into the paper. And I seen the lies, I seen the hypocrisy, I seen all that.
Right.
I seen how they would paint something dramatic, like they telling a story. Mm-hmm. Like for real. Like, you know what I'm saying? You would think that Mother Goose wrote for half of these newspapers. Like, you know what I'm saying? When they trying to dress up a story for attention. And when we see these things happen, it just gotta be like, all right, what's the reasoning? Because everybody has their own reasoning. Like, you know what I'm saying? That newspaper, they need to promote. Because they need money.
Well, they're going to be on certain sides. That's what you go to certain newspapers for, right? They all have their own agendas and
I think if the news is radical enough, you don't even need to have a real opinion on it. You just need to. You can present all sides the same way that you can find all sides on YouTube.
But that's fair reporting.
No. I'm just saying that because they know somebody else is going to do this. We know Fox News is going to be pro the red.
Right.
Then we just need to be mad blue, and we're going to get. You know what I'm saying? No, I mean, you know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying. The same thing. Yeah. Okay.
You know what I mean? Okay. It's the same thing. Like, but it's not necessarily that I think that way. It's just that because they making money being pro this. Mm-hmm. So maybe my thinking is I'm going to get my money being pro this. Gotcha. It's money, you know what I'm saying? That's media and all that shit. All is laced in money. Mm-hmm. All this whole world should, the way certain things happen, still happening. So we got a president based on bread. You know what I mean? Like, so you know what I mean? It's deep. Deep.
That is deep.
It's deep.
That is.
You know what I'm saying? The rabbit hole is very, 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 very deep. It's like that book with the smile, with the cat that disappeared and the smile still there. Like, that's. That be like day-to-day life, looking at social media and looking at life like, I see the crooked smile. And then, it's just, it's crazy.
I just think that ultimately, like, you'll never be, and I said this before, and it's funny because I was having this conversation with somebody, and I told it to them, and then I heard Shannon Sharp say the same thing on, like, Undisputed. Mm-hmm. And that's, the NFL is like a slave trade. You know what I'm saying? It literally is the modernized version of the slave trade. It's just that these people get paid millions of dollars.
We're going to talk about that.
And they don't have to they don't want people to bring in what their politics are into the business. But you're an employee of that business, so you have to abide by that. So with that being said, you're never going to be bigger than the league. Mm-hmm. As an employee of the league, you're never going to be bigger than the league and be an employee.
Employee anywhere.
Which is
going to be bigger than
you can't be bigger than the company.
Yeah, you can't be bigger than the company at all, ever.
And that's not to give excuses, but it is to like paint a picture of the reality of which we live, where you can't be like super surprised that these type of things are going to happen, even if it's made up. Even if it's made up.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. we gonna chop this up.
It's unfortunate for Antonio Brown, and I hope the league give him the benefit of the doubt because I like to see him play. And this is like what people work so hard for all of their lives. Some of them to make it to.
Negroes for lease. I told you this. We're gonna get into that way deeper later. Negroes for lease for lease. Yo. Just run against the wall for me. I give you $3,000 to run as hard as you can to the wall for me.
That's the way it starts.
$500,000. Just run against the wall for me 20 times. 20 times. Head first.
From a non-football player, it doesn't work like that.
I'm sorry, that's just
they want you to run through people.
Yeah, they want you to run through walls. $30,000. They really want you to run through walls, nigga. But it's only people in this game. So
right.
I bet you if we came up with a game where they got to run through a wall, and we made it entertaining.
This is where it starts getting good. This is where personalities start coming out. Where you see,
I'm telling you.
Why this is a good show.
Yo, I give you $500,000 to run through a wall. Just try. If you can't get it, then obviously you ain't getting that. But just try. Try to run through a wall for me.
Nobody's doing that, son.
No, yes they are.
Don't listen to this cat, man. Nobody's doing that.
You're not supposed to try to run through people for money. For money?
That's what you think about athletes. That's what you think about people who play football. They coming up to run through walls.
Yeah, they are. They are. All of them.
Come on, son.
I went to school with them.
Oh, man.
I did half their homework. I helped with their homework. Actually, I see a lot of chicks do their homework. Professional shit. I had to see them in high school first.
Some of them got some schools loose too. Yeah, right.
They niggas always got help.
They still the same person.
On all levels.
Millions of dollars.
You know what I'm saying? No, they just had to get through school. They just had to be eligible to get to the level where they could run into a wall without all of
That's not everybody.
That is
everybody. I'm not co-signing none of that. I don't co-sign none of that. It's not true. Some of these people are really smart.
Just because we dance with the NFL, that's why I'm just, I'm playing with you.
Yeah, no, I understand. Trust me, I get it. I'm just explaining it to the people that's going to watch this now and watching it later.
It's good
You
to
know what
have
I'm
a
saying?
good, big opinion and be able to chop it up with your family
For sure.
about that.
For sure.
So
So boom.